Truck setup, van setup, which one is the right build for you? In today's video, today's episode, we're going to discuss whether or not a truck build or a van build is right for you. Of course, if you guys want to see our trailer build setup, go back to episode 1 where we did a complete walkthrough of our trailer. So anyway, we're going to start with this truck. Today we're doing two of our trucks, two of our downstreaming rigs. We're going to do that one next because that one is, this truck's been in our lineup for 7 years now. And it's a little bit closer to what a beginner startup rig system would look like. So let's go ahead and jump in. And again, guys, no trolling in the comment section because we already know that Ford stands for fix or repair daily. So yeah, good try. We'll start with the hose reels. Actually, you know what? Like the other video, we'll start with the ladder rack. You can see here, guys, ladder rack. We order these on Amazon. The link is down below. This truck is, we bought it in 2021, brand new at the dealership. So this rig is its third season. Because I mean, we had the truck not even 10 days when we started doing the build, when we did the build on it. First it got wrapped and then we did the build. So we'll start with the ladder rack. Again, all of our ladder racks are the same. We order these on Amazon. Description, the link is in the description below. The ladder itself, we got a Lowe's 24-foot ladder. Again, these stabilizers with the red tops there, you get these on Amazon. The link is also in the description, so go ahead and pick those up. And I want to say 4 years ago, we switched our reels to the Steel Eagles. We absolutely love them. They're really easy to, they have this little clip here to clip them in there, make sure that they don't unwind on you when you're driving. Super easy. If you guys can pick up yourself a couple Steel Eagle you know, reels, I would definitely do that. Again, 200 feet. This is the same reel. Now these hoses here, guys, I will put a link. You'll see it. Well, I'll put the name here, Zoro.com, and I will also put a picture right here of the actual hose. We highly recommend these. Pretty much almost all of our soft washing rigs, we use this hose. We get them again at Zoro.com, 200 feet. Well, there's two 100 feet right there. Okay, so moving right along, some of you might be wondering how we mount our reels, and this is 3/4 inch plywood. This right here where I got my finger is nothing but a piece of basically it's like a sheet metal that we put on top, so that catches all the chemical. And again, I mean, you guys see it here. I mean, this has been on here for 3 years and it's plywood. And then, I mean, guys, I'm not any kind of carpenter or anything like that, master carpenter, but basically what I did is I just put 1 foot in the beginning there and then 1 foot here to support it, and that's it. And then as far as this right here is actually bolted to the truck, so I just drilled in there and I put a bolt there. There's another bolt right here, another one right here. There's actually a total of 5 bolts, and you see, I mean, this thing will move the entire truck when I move it, so it's really on there, and it'll last probably another 4 or 5 years. So it works great. This is a Honda 690, 5.5 GPM. Again, this machine's also 3 years old. Everything that you see on here, we built when we built the rig originally. Again, I mean, you see this in all of our rigs. You have a bucket, 20-inch surface cleaner. We order on Amazon. Again, that's also in the description down below. Also, these right here, guys, let me move the bucket so you can see. Filter right there. Black filter. We get those at Tractor Supply. You know, so I think they're the 1.25 inch, and I mean, you can see down here, you know, you have your wand and then you have your downstream injector right there. So for those of you who are wondering, you know, if you're new to the business, to the pressure washing business, and you're looking to do a build, that is so rocks and debris and leaves and whatnot don't get on your pump. When something gets in this pump, these heads right here, there's plastic and rubber stuff inside, and so rocks can get in there and break it, and then your pump will stop working. So anyway, moving right along, that's the machine. Surface cleaner again, guys, 20-inch. I talked about this in episode 1. This is how we strap all of our ladders. Super easy. You can see here, we put a 18-inch. This is just an 18-inch zip tie on there with the strap. We get these at the hardware section of Home Depot. And again, you just put a zip tie so you don't lose it. Super easy to undo and your ladder and get it and put it back and all that. Of course, every single one of our downstreaming trucks have a 15-inch surface cleaner for small walkways. This one, we actually have a handheld blower because this rig also does a lot of gutter cleaning. So, you can see here, this is pretty much the setup. You have a 50-gallon sauce tank, 150-gallon buffer tank. Okay, you guys are new to the industry and you're not familiar with that term. A buffer tank is basically a water tank. So instead of us hooking up to the customer's water, our machines pull from this tank right here. So buffer tank, and then a sauce tank right here. We have a pump sprayer. The pump sprayers that we use, we also order on Amazon. You can pick them up. Description is down. The link is in the description below. And as you can see here, guys, and it's really not. This is a really simple setup. The bottom of it is actually just a skid. We go to a local supplier here that sells mulch, and they get a bunch of pallets, and I just went over there and said, hey, you mind if I take a couple pallets? And then I put a piece of plywood underneath, so that was the base. When I created this, I first did that, and then I did I cut out all the wood for the base here, and I created the base for my reels. That's the first thing I did. I'm sorry, the first thing I did was the ladder rack, and then I did the base, and then I went from there. In total, it took me 21 hours, I want to say, to do this entire build. And again, guys, you see, it's just hose reels. You got the tanks and you got the machine. There's nothing super complicated here. As you can tell, there's no soft washing capability here. The only soft washing that this truck is able to do is with the pump sprayer. That's it. But now let's talk money wise. To do a build like this, of course, inflation and all that, but it depends. There's a lot of variables, but you'll spend $10,000 to $15,000 to do a rig system like this. And that's, if you buy everything brand new, $10,000 to $15,000. But this system right here is doing about $1,500 to $2,000 per day worth of sales. So we're talking an average of about $8,000 a week in sales. All right, so the great example, on Thursday, this rig here did 5 jobs. That's typically what it did. The driver downstream 3 houses, then he went to do a pool patio, and then his 5th house, he just did the driveway. 5 houses, it was a $1,700 day. And that's what you will do with this system right here. Okay, again, nothing super complicated about it. Real easy to install. A lot of this stuff, like I said, is on Amazon, and you can just click it and get it. All right, moving right along. Now, this rig here, a little quick story, guys, about this this truck, actually. Years ago, I want to say it was in my 3rd season, I saw this truck at a house. The lady wanted me to pressure wash her a little shed that she had. It was like 60 feet away from the house, and behind the shed was this truck. This truck had plants grown in the bed of the truck, and it had vines and stuff growing out of the hood. And before I left, I asked her, I said, hey, what's going on with that truck? And she said that it belonged to her husband, that she was thinking about donating it to whomever, and I said, hey, you know, would you mind if I took it off your hands? Long story short, I ended up giving her $500. My tow guy picked up the truck, took it to my mechanic, and the mechanic guys called me, I want to say 3, maybe 4 hours later, and said, hey, your truck's ready for pickup. Man, I was shocked. I asked them what was wrong with the truck, right? Because, I mean, the woman, the old lady, she didn't, like, the truck hadn't started in over 10 years. And like I said, I mean, it had plants growing out of it. Well, my mechanic put a new battery in it. The truck started right away with the new battery, and it only had 109,000 miles on it. And that is the story of how I got this truck. Now it has over 200,000. We've had it for 7 seasons. The same platform that you just saw in the other truck, look at that, guys. Same setup. I did that 7 years ago. Look at that. That's amazing. I mean, it's been sitting there for 7 years. Now, these are not the original reels. I don't even have those anymore. It was those General Pump reels on Amazon. So 4 or 5 years ago, we switched all of our reels to Steel Eagle. Again, the ladder, the same type of ladder rack. And guys, this type of setup here is going to be a little bit more, I guess, if you want to say financially feasible for you guys. You have the same tank, and these tanks, I got both of these tanks at Tractor Supply. That's a 125-gallon buffer tank. That's a 50-gallon sauce tank, house wash mix tank. Again, look, the same setup. You see there the filter, same filter. Got a Tractor Supply. The filter hooks up to the water. It comes out right there. You see where my finger is right here. That's where the water goes to the machine. You got a downstream injector. This machine here, guys, is a 5-gallon a minute. It's actually a Honda 390. It's the only one left. I originally bought 5 of these years ago. I bought 3 at the same time, and then a month later I bought 2 more. And this is the last one that I have, and I absolutely love this machine. It's one of my best machines, actually, and we absolutely love this machine. I'm trying to get 1 or 2 more seasons out of it, and then we're going to I was thinking about retiring this rig because, I mean, really, we as a company have outgrown it. This rig tops off, you know, at about a capability of about $1,200 a day. You're doing 3-4 jobs a day max with this rig. And the way, the same thing with the other rig, guys, the way it works is when you see the siphon tube is right here. It's inside the water right now. When they want sauce, they simply drop it in the sauce tank. And we, as a company, we do not switch our water via the J-rod, meaning the J-rod tips, the water tips. What we actually do is we come here and we flip the water to we take the siphon tube out of the solution and put it in the water, and then run our soap tips. So essentially, when you're doing that, especially when you're new to the industry, it's important that you're doing that because you're rinsing out your downstream injector, this piece right here. Now, my first 3-4 years in the business, what I was doing is the siphon tube would just stay inside the chemical, and then I would use my water tips with my J-rod, and I was literally going through about 10 to 15 downstream injectors a year. I mean, if you leave chemical in those things, they will go bad very quickly. And now, guys, you're not going to believe this. This injector's been on here for 18 months now. 18 months. You heard that right, 18 months. How did we do that? By constantly, if the guy who went out did 4 jobs, 4 times he's switching, every single time he switches to water and rinses out the injector. And this machine here, by the way, guys, even brand new, you can pick it up for like $2,200. But on Marketplace, you'll see these for like $600-700 all day, and you might be able to get a season or 2 out of them. Same surface cleaners as the other trucks. Really, I mean, there's really nothing super special about this rig. But again, I mean, this rig, guys, you'll be able to get, you know, anywhere between 1,200 to 1,500, I would say, is right around the max that you would be able to get a day for a rig like this. I would say right around there. But either way, I mean, if you're spending, I would say to build something like this is probably right around the $5,000, maybe $6,000 mark. You know, if you think about, you know, spending $5,000, but you're making $6,000, $7,000 every week, you know, that's a no-brainer. And if you're also, guys, if you're wondering about the chemicals that we use, I would recommend you watch episode 10. In episode 10, we go over the 8 essential chemicals in the pressure washing industry. But also, guys, we do not batch mix. Here at our shop, we have a metering system, a transfer pump, and so in the morning we'll put, you know, 4, 5, or 6% solution straight into the tank from our metering system. So again, I mean, this right here, guys, is not a soft washing system. It is a downstreaming / pressure washing system. So, but going back to the beginning, what we were talking about, you know, is a truck system right for you? My answer to that question is yes. When you're starting out in a business, there's nothing more versatile than a truck. The reason why we didn't go with vans is because, one, you don't want to be smelling that SH is strong. You don't want to be driving that around and smelling that. And then the other thing is, when you're new, it's hard for you still to understand all the equipment. And sometimes, you know, with the van, it's so tight in there and you might have to go back there to, you know, change out a hose or a fitting or something. And I mean, here with this system, it's super easy. You can just get in there. I mean, you can see pretty much there's a huge gap between everything. I can easily get in here and change out that filter or any fitting that I need. So I think it's going to be easier for you guys if you go with a truck system. Like I said, trucks are a lot more versatile that way. So that's what we highly recommend. And that's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you tune in to the next episode. And that episode, we're washing another grimy house. So stay tuned for that. I'll catch you guys over there.